Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Tonight, I am looking at The Crow 2024, directed by a complete bellend. The tagline is Soulmates Eric and Shelly are brutally murdered. God, I can only speak. When the demons of her dark past catch up with her. Given the chance to save his true love by sacrificing himself, Eric sets out to seek merciless revenge on their killers, traversing the worlds of the living and the dead to put the wrong things right. Okay, so before we begin, I hate my life right now for doing this. Everyone who's in the chat the night I did the Crow Wicked Prayer, I hate yous too. I hope you get genital warts and there's pus. Why just make me watch this? Ugh, God, it's everything. Right, this is everything I thought it was going to be. This is horrendous. I mean, oh, God. This movie is an absolute travesty. So, needless to say, going to go through it, going to spoil it, going to swear a lot probably, and just try and keep the dark thoughts away. I want my time back. This thing's nearly 2 hours long. How the hell is this movie 2 hours long when nothing happens in it? Right, anyway, there's lots of flashbacks and blah, blah, blah. I'll have to say, Cameron called it. Musicians, they're meth head musicians who have like 24 followers in SoundCloud type stuff. Oh, this is awful. So we start off with a flashback to Eric's childhood because we'll have to know he's a tragic soul. So he's walking to, I guess, his house and he has a bag and we see him running because we hear. So it turns out he lives in a trailer. His mum's a junkie. Their horse, they have a white horse that's got trapped in a barbed wire fence. Right? Basically, if you think about the Atreyu and Artax scene out of the Never Ending Story, they've ripped that off. What a shit. I'm going to be saying this a lot because throughout this movie, they've ripped off good scenes from other movies and made them shit. The director, Rupert something, is an absolute dick. Bill Skarsgård, you've lost. I don't like you anymore. You've lost me. Why did you agree to this? If you don't come out at some point and explain that you were bullied into doing this movie to get another one, then I don't know what you're. How did you watch this? Read this script and look at the concept art and go, yes, that's a movie for me to star in. I want my name attached to this. I hope you get more. Yeah, you're one of them, Chris. You freaking said you're all like, nah, do the remake, Colin. Do the remake. You have to do the remake. Bastards. Right. Shit. Yeah. So anyway, got child Eric going, trying to save Horsey that's tied up in a bit of barbed wire. Me, and I think it's hinting at that he had to put the horse down at the tender age of 11 because his mother's spaced out in the trailer while the horse is whinnying in their hand and stuff. Like I said, it's flipping Artax scene, except it's shit. And then we go to the intro, and I'm out. Do you know the intro they did for the remake of The Girl with the Dragon's Tattoo and all that gloopy shit and stuff? Right, they've did that, but it's worse. And I was ready to walk out. I was ready to go. Just be like, do you know what? I'm done. Like that was it. That was about as much as I was like done with this movie. The intro, you got to the intro scene and all the weird gloopy shit, and I'm like, I can't do this. Honestly, I hope you appreciate what I do for you, bastards. Honestly, oh my god. Right. So that's Eric's backstory. It's tragic life. So that's why he's a junkie now, and he looks like he does because he has a prison rat. You know, sort of. We'll get to that. But that's basically, there's no ambiguity with the look. He is what he is. It's exactly the fucking self-done tattoos and stuff. That's, oh, Jesus Christ. Right. Then we'll cut scene to Shelly. I've got to hear her backstory too. Remember my review of Heart Condition? You know the opening scenes of Heart Condition? Where the call girls are doing the thing with the sender and taking the photographs and stuff, right? They're doing it now, except there's a phone and Shelly's involved. So they nicked that scene and they made it shit. I'm going to be saying this a lot. So they nicked this opening scene out of Heart Condition, which is a really good movie, by the way, by Bob Hoskins and Denzel Washington, and they made it shit. So Shelly's been somewhere and done something naughty. That gets revealed later on. And she's got taken this video. So, of course, oh, you shouldn't have done that. And she rings Ziri, not Siri, but Ziri. It took me a couple of goes listening to this. I don't know where this is set. It's sort of America, but everyone's got an English accent and it's sort of don't. And fucking, I don't know. I give up. So she's taking a naughty video of them doing naughty stuff, which doesn't make sense when you see what the video is, because she would have been seen doing it. It wasn't like she was hiding in a cupboard. She was right there. So, that's the fucking plot of this movie. Right, so that's it. She's got the video. She's told Ziri, and spooky people meet Ziri to take care of Ziri because Ziri was there too. And big, powerful, big bad, has seen them. Or they've been caught out doing it and they know what they're up to. So spooky people are taking care of business. That's, every friggin' action crime thriller plot ever. Except the shit. Because see us coming to my off, right? Who do you call Lex Luthor's assistant? The one that does all she dresses in the chauffeur's uniform. And she does like the weird kung fu stuff. Hold on, let me. Mercy, right. Morian. Yeah, fucking should have. So they call her Morian, but it's basically Mercy from Lex Luthor's assistant from Superman. That's who she turns up as well. And Spooky Woo, she's like the mid-level boss, or just before end of level boss. This is a video game. This is a side scroller video game. The way this movie's played out, and it becomes fucking obvious later on. Sorry, a mix of side scroller video game and Call of Duty because you got respawns throughout this. Fucking, I thought this was a good idea. Oh God. So yes, Shelly realizing that because she's on the phone, Zadie has been nabbed by the baddies. So she's like running to get out of there. There's a bit in this that, the timing in this as well. The concept of time in this movie, characters bounce from one place to the other, makes absolutely no sense. But Shelly decides she's going to run away. And what she does is she sees somebody's following her now. So she deliberately bumps into two policemen. And of course, she's a load of drugs. These people don't just take drugs. I mean, they take all the drugs at once. Her handbag bursts open and it's flipping pills and baggies. And so, sure enough, we get the scene where then they're in. It's not jail, but it's a secure unit, and they're wearing like the pink coverall things. You've seen the photographs, but it is an actual jail. And we see Eric is in there because we skip forward to him now in modern time because we just see him as a kid, and now we see him in this place, and everyone's like, ooh, all this stuff. And then it sort of cuts between that and some strange therapy sessions. So this is weird because it's set up like a prison, and then each person has a luxury cell. I mean, I've seen worse hotel rooms. Huge bed, mattress, lights. lights at the end of each one that they can press a button and it lights up for them. And they can draw and hang stuff on their walls, and they've got like a separate table, like an individual massive friggin', like I said, there's worse hotel rooms out there than what he's staying in. So this is what they're in. Then Shelley appears, and then somebody's going, no fraternizing between the male and female. I think they said patients. Or they said male, right? I didn't miss that bit because I'm scratching my head going, what is this place? And then you realize it's male and females mixed, and then they're telling them not to fraternize. So why put them in the same unit? You know the island? Yes, the movie The Island with Ewan McGregor and what's her face? Is it Jessica Alba? Right, and they do the proximity, no proximity warning, right? It's that, but it's shit. So they've stolen the premise of the island that everyone's running about, in these units all wearing the same uniform. And yeah, whatever. So Shelley meets Eric. They're told not to fraternize, but of course she can go and sit down at the same table as him. That's fine, even though nobody else does and don't get chastised. And if this is some sort of luxury secure rehab unit, I can understand Shelley being there because it turns out she's like some middle class, rich girl that's playing naughty. So I can understand her affording to be in there, but then why is Eric in there? So what is it? It makes no sense. And then there are these like group hug sessions in between, so they're sort of splitting it up that step into the circle if you've been disadvantaged in your life. Poor wee people step in and out. You know what weird American culty shit that they do, but whatever, it's all that kind of crap. So they're doing that, and then they're cutscene into Eric and Shelley like talking to each other. This is all happening. Like this is all looking as if it's the space of a day because next thing you know, Shelley's going into his cell, to look at his pictures and stuff that he's put up, and he's drawn one of her. And they've already stated like loudly over loudspeakers and stuff, no fraternizing, but they're weird. But needless to say, we'll cut to the next scene. I'm gonna see a whole group of people just walking through the place looking for Shelley. I'm gonna see that it's Maureen and a load of goons and another woman that turns out to be Shelley's mother, just casually walking through this place. So there's no visitor area. There's no visitor area. They just walk through the facility. So there's no cutoff between like the inside and outside world, and this is supposed to be a secure unit. Anyway, never mind that. Don't use your logic while watching this. And by the way, everyone that suggests that I go watch this, you have to go watch this. I'm not doing I'm watching this so you don't have to. You just have to share the pain because you stitched me up rightly. Yeah, so Shelley's like, oh no, they're coming to get me. Why? Right. So that's that. We find out that Maureen is, like I said, the second the end of level baddie. Her boss is Vincent Roque. And we'll cut to the scene with Zadie getting taken care of, and we find out that Roque is magic. He's magic whispers in people's ears, worm tongue, except he's shit. Here's the thing. I never thought I'd say this, but like Top Dollar obviously is a better character, but even Judah out of the Crow City of Angels had some sort of personality to him. I know I've seen the actor before playing this, and he just plays the same character all the time. Like this guy's crap. Like he's an absolute charisma vacuum. And of course, he listens to classical music, and it turns out, he's listening to classical music, and having like pianists performing to him personally while he's in an auditorium by himself. And this is what Shelley is. Apparently, she's a pianist, and she's performing for Roque in these weird private stuff. And She made it because we cut back to those two again. She's talking about, oh, I was made to do bad, horrible things. I was playing piano for the wrong people. Fuck, the dialogue in this, oh my god. Um, and the person that plays Shelley is horrendous. I thought her voice was annoying enough in the trailer, but when you actually hear her speak, like she has a really irritating voice, and it doesn't help the fact her dialogue is absolutely diabolical. But needless to say, scary wee people, they've cut back the Zadie getting taken care of so you can know that they're scary wee people. And then they decide to escape. So it turns out this super secure facility you can just escape from. So they go to the laundry room and they just cut off their ankle bracelet things. Eric's like, I'm coming with you. Cuts off his, like, I thought those things were set up that if you cut them or interfered to set off alarms and stuff. And of course, in the control room, oh, we need to find Sadie. Yes, they are located in the basement, blah, blah, blah. And then they all, like the visitors and everything, all turn up at the basement. Like, this is fucking stupid. And of course, they climb this super high fence and just get right in the corner with the barbed wire with the one. And then they can just walk through the streets in their scrubs, and nobody bats an eyelid. And I mean, I'm talking about this is like the equivalent of Savile Row. It's all the nice shops, like the super toffee, high class shops. They're just walking down, and everyone else is in like in a suit, and nobody bats an eyelid, and nobody thinks, police officers, those two have escaped from somewhere. Nah, let's not do that. This is hurting my brain recalling all this. Like it's proper hurting me. Shelley takes Eric to an apartment, well, penthouse, luxury penthouse mansion that her friend's out of town, conveniently enough, and lets her crash there. So they proceed to get jiggy with it and take loads of drugs because, of course, she finds his stash where he knows where to hide it, the person, and it's all like like they're taking everything. It's not even messing about with one. So they went to rehab because they're just going to get hammered as soon as they get out, even though they're supposed to be scared for their life. And she's supposed to be terrified that people are chasing her, but yeah, it's okay. We're in this place, and yeah, we'll just party for a weekend. What's funny is they basically know each other for like a week, the way this pans out, because there's no way this has gone on for a long time because they're being chased. They're actively being chased down. But then they jump to weird scenes where they're by a pool with a load of friends and just, it's fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. Makes no sense. Like it's almost as if it's been years, like in one instance that they've just living their lives happily, and then oh, that's right, we're being chased, like having escaped from a secure facility, because obviously, if we don't know what Eric did to go in there, but we know Shelley bumped into police with drugs, and that's why they locked her up. Where you'd think if her mother's powerful, they'd just get her bailed out and sort things out. But then again, they had to be in the facility for her and Shelley to meet, or Eric. Actually, I don't care. Fuck. Fuck this movie. Oh, God. Right. Sorry, I'm just trying to. I was doing some typing to get things clear in my head about this. This is the most convoluted, stupid plot. Do you know why in the original Crow, if you check out my review of the original Crow, do you know why this was all done in 10 minutes? So when the proper Eric and Shelley had been together for years, they were musicians, they performed in a bar. That's how they met. Oh God, the wee girl who's in the second one, right? They met her because her mother turns tricks in that bar, does singing. So they all know each other. So they sort of look after like pseudo auntie and uncle sort of thing. And that was all done, including the Legend of the Crow, in like 10 minutes. This thing goes on for 40 odd fucking minutes of drivel. I mean, absolute drivel before anything happens. And it looks like they've got set up at a house and, or they're doing this weird setup. Sorry, my brain's hurting trying to make sense of this plot. But of course, they've like broken into somewhere, or it looks as if they've broken into somewhere, because these are like massive buildings they're staying in, but they look dodgy enough to be as if they've broken in the lift and like pulling shutters and stuff. So it looks like they're living there, but of course they've got everything they need. So they're almost trying to hint that a load of time has went past, that they were not able to be found by Roke and Marion and the spooky gang. And they're living quite openly, so it's not as if they've went on the run and moved cities or anything. They're staying in exactly the same place with exactly the same friends that they've had, doing whatever. And yeah, it's almost as if, oh, you can't see us anymore. Like, sorry, no. Plus, if Rogue's that powerful and they're actually able to just walk in the facility, then they would have taken security camera footage or their mug shots and went around looking for people. Need to say, blah de blah, this cracks on. And then there's like I said, all these scenes were at pools or lakes and stuff with friends, and then they're at a rave. And then one of Shelly's friends turns up and goes, "Oh, they're uh Ziri." Fucking stupid name is that anyway. Ziri is dead. Did you know? They're coming for us. And then, "Oh, we need to go. We need to get out of here." Like, so they're saying that they've been around this place all this time. They haven't actually left their stomping ground, and it's only now they're getting discovered. No, sorry. Zadie was captured like minutes between the video being taken or whatever. This is all like recent time. And you're telling me that nobody from the facility that they escaped from, considering the fact they had ankle bracelets on. So I'm guessing it's like a secure facility that they were jailed in, but rather than going to jail, they went to rehab jail. I don't fucking know. And nobody's looking for them. Like, oh well, I guess they'll jump the fence in. Oh well, shucks, sucks to be them. The hell is this? Needs to say, blah 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 blah. Back to the apartment. We're freaking nearly an hour into this now, and Eric and Sadie get killed. Like finally, an hour later, and like I said, the original movie did this all in 10 minutes. You got the whole setup and what the hell was going on in 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of the movie, and then the rest carried on the plot. But that's no, not this movie. What we'll have to do is get some strange underwater scene. Oh, I'm losing you, blah blah blah, and then Eric falls into this disused railway station. So the train master, was it from the Matrix? The end of Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions. That train, right? That's the same train station, except it's out in the open. Right, this is what we're in. We're in the fucking train station from the Matrix, and we've got Mr. Exposition guy, who may or may not be an angel or demon or the devil or something. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. So we've got Mr. Exposition guy. And we've got loads of CGI crows flying about the place, just so you remember that this is a crow movie. Because up until this point, apart from seeing a crow flying about, just to remind you, this is nothing like this movie whatsoever. So of course he goes in this place, and Mr. Exposition guy's like, "You are dead." "Am I dead?" "Yes, you are dead. But you can go back and right the wrongs because Shelley's soul is doomed, but you can blah blah blah. Do you want to go redeem her?" "Yes." And this is what I'm talking about. This is like a video game. This is almost like, Spawn Point. When you save a video game and you go back to your spawn location where you have NPC that you click on to get your next mission and gear up and stuff? That's what this is. That's a fucking Spawn Point in a video game where every time you get killed, you go back. And that's important because this happens quite a lot during this. They didn't want to call this a movie. Let's call it an abomination. Yeah, during this an abomination on screen, this happens a lot. Right. Fucking hell, I do hate my life right now. Sometimes I wonder if it's worth doing this. Oh God. Like, anyway. Eric goes back and he appears back in his apartment, and then we see that there's a police guy who is working for the big bad because we've seen him when he pulls the body out of the river ring, and so we know he's on our side. Then there's a weird fight. And then we find out Eric's immortal, so he goes to do stuff. Yes, he goes to look. So he takes the police guy's gun. He goes to where he thinks these people are. He meets guy in the car. He's like, "Did I kill you?" "Yes, you did. Give me names." And the guy shoots himself. Then we see the phone ringing because them know Morian and the other crew's about to move out. In fact, the amount of gunfire that goes on in this movie and nobody blinks an eyelid is unreal. And yet it's a gentrified area. A lot of this takes part in. There's a weird seedy underworld. It's almost like what rich kids think a seedy underworld is. That it's almost been purpose built for them to play in, like a playground. Do you know why people think that LinkedIn's a real job? That's that sort of weird shit going on. Um, so we have Eric going to this car and shooty bang bang, and then we get that scene that was released, the Deadpool movie ripoff of the scene where he falls back, except it's shit, and it's just he goes from the front seat to the back seat. He's trying to kill Moriam, and he pew pews. He's not able to fight really, so they've got him that, but still. And that's about where he gets, does fighty, gets kicked out of the car. We see him pushing his bones back into place. And then I think he ends up in the spawn point again. He ends up in the spawn point again because he got knocked over a few times and that and stuff. And then they send him back. And then he goes and he finds Sophia, who's Shelly's mother, who's in this apartment with I'm talking about this is peak narcissism. I'm guessing she was a model or something because she's just got portraits of herself, like wall size portraits of herself. Not just one, but like in every wall is a portrait of herself. What the hell is this? Eric goes to her and goes, blah, blah, blah. You did stuff. You're naughty. And she's like, yes, I'm naughty, but Roke's all powerful, scary, worry, woo, bad. Then he goes and she's sitting there and he just walks through the house and she doesn't even bat an eyelid. And they've got servants and stuff, but he can go and sit in her room and stuff and find photographs and sniff things. And he finds her stash. Everyone's got a stash in this. Every cupboard thing moves and there's a stash behind it. That's the lifestyle these people lead. What did he find in that? Was that the phone? No, he found a name badge, which I can't remember what that was about. She had a name badge, so she worked for somebody, and that was a clue. I don't know. I was starting to zone out. My brain was starting to shut down in self defense at this point. It's a fucking hour odds into this movie, and nothing's happened. He goes to see his friend because he needs a gun. No, he's already done that. That's where he got the gun from. Because he didn't take a police. Did he take a police officer's gun? I don't know. He goes back to get a gun anyway, and then he goes to do more stuff, and then he gets shot again, and then he ends up in the spawn point. Then he goes back to his friend's house, then the scary woo people turn up, shoot him and his friend, then he goes back to the spawn point again. And then that's where he does it. Take my soul instead. Blah. So the rip off Constantine. Set her free, take me. Except the shit. Yeah. Honestly, this guy, Rupert, is a twat. It's like, oh, that was good in that movie. I'll take that for my movie. But I'm shit, so I'll make it shit. What's this guy, friend? I'm gonna have to Google him now while I'm looking at this. Fucking arsehole. What's he done? The Crow 2024. Rupert Sanders. God, he looks like a twat. Snow White and the Huntsman. Well, fuck, there you go. He did the Ghost in the Shell remake, which was all right, but that was basically a carbon copy. They didn't change anything. Just carbon copied the movie, so you had the training wheels on when he made that. But watch the anime. Fucking, you don't need to watch that. So he got like about and something untitled, right? He's three movies to his name, and this is one of them. What a twat! What an absolute bellend. Hope he gets genital awards as well. Fucking cunt. Right. Yes, the phone was in Sophia's place. So that's where he finds out the terrible bad thing, which has already been telegraphed because she said, "Oh, if you knew what I was like, you'd hate me." So it turns out, as we're already saying, Rourke whispers in people's ears like worm tongue, and you hear a blah, 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 and then they do something. So she's sitting playing piano, and then he goes blah, 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 and she goes and stabs her mate. And the thing is, the phone's set up as if, somebody took it. Was it her? I don't know. Somebody took the thing. But it was in a room with like five people and they're all in like that much space together. It wasn't like somebody was hiding in the cupboard, like I said. So why didn't Roke just take the phone there and then? What are you doing? Delete. Fucking problem solved. Oh, wait, that's right, because we need 2 hours of this fucking movie to happen. Oh, God. Right. So, or yeah, Sophie traded an innocent soul for wealth or something. But Shelley isn't exactly innocent because she's a fucking junkie. Meeting her mother, I can understand why, but they're rich junkies, so I suppose it's all right. Yeah, this whole thing, he takes innocent souls, and then he's got another pianist who's performing, and she's driving around with him. Serves absolutely no purpose to the plot whatsoever because she's just in this going around, and then she disappears. I don't know. Fucking, if you can go watch this movie, you need to suffer too. And if you can figure out what the actual plot is, fucking tell me because I'm done. I'm stumped. Yeah, so the super reveal. So then he doubts his love. So then he gets shot, and then he's told, "You doubted your love, didn't you? Oh, you naughty boy. Now you become the super crow, the black blood, have the black blood, blah." And the crow fuck oh, you know the scene in Batman Begins with the bats? They did this, except it's crows, CGI crows, and they're shit. It's shit. But now he's super Eric. Do you know why the original movie, Brandon Lee was kind of like falling about the place, trying to figure out what the hell happened. But he soon quickly gets a sense of purpose, and Ernie Hudson's character, is like a point of contact, but it wasn't so much Ernie Hudson's character given exposition. It was more Brandon Lee's Eric turned up going, "Oh, this is weird. What the hell's happened to me? I don't know." And you got that sense of connection, and you were there. It actually helped you suspend disbelief. This is you have failed again, adventurer. Would you like to try again? Click yes. Go to shop. Black blood. Super crows. Equip. Respawn. Back into the mission. Back into the level. That's what this movie feels like. And then he comes back to the point where him and his friends are, or his friend was shot, and then he will get the action scene, me, super Eric now, wow, wada, wow, boom, jab, da, ba, ba, boom. And then you think that's it. You think, okay, the movie's about to start, we're about to get the action. No, then he sits down and a whole fucking load more exposition because we haven't had enough exposition in this movie. So the action takes place and it just fucking slows right down again so we can go back to Snorefest. Oh my god, I hate this movie. I don't know if you've twigged on, but I fucking hate this movie. This movie should not have been made. Um, then we'll have to have the not the end level body, but the one before because he has to go and take out Morian. So of course he goes to the opera, which obviously it's all the howdy-towdy types, and Rogue, there's like a million security guards. Do you know the scene from Kill Bill? Because Eric takes a sword, his friend's sword, and he's like, I've got a sword now. Poke the mirror. Look, I'm going to go do swordy stuff. The scene from Kill Bill with the crazy idiot, right? It's that. He's stolen that, but it's shit. So we'll have him going through I think we've seen that from the trailer as well. You know, he's going through the opera place, and I know the opera can be loud and stuff. I've obviously been to a couple of the time. I know that there, but I'm sorry, rapid gunfire, you're going to hear it. You might get away with one, but what you're not going to get away with is a pew 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 swing swang boom, you know, and things pinging and exploding. Those doors are not that thick to keep that out. Sorry, no. But anyway, the plot happens. Does he go back to spawn point? No, I think he's done with the spawn points at this stage. Yeah, that's it. No, because he's become Super Eric, so he doesn't need any more spawn points. He's got the buff up, so he's leveled up now, so he's good. So he starts switching through all these people, and he uses the same two moves. He does this thing where he slashes down their shoulder, and he does the thing where he stabs them, and it's those same two moves about 50 times. And then he gets stuck with the sword himself, and of course, a convoluted bit of the plot so somebody could take it out of him. Fuck, this is painful. I was already done like an hour and 20 minutes or something like in this movie previously, and I'm super done at this point watching it going, what the fuck? Anyway, he goes and meets near the end of level body, and her bodyguard goes to shoot him. He's like, nothing happens, so he goes to shoot himself, but he cuts his arm off and then stabs him because that makes sense. Because it only works if he kills him, apparently, you know. Then we'll have another bit, because we've had a bit of action now, and instead of just taking care of Morian, he has a wee sit down and they have a wee chat. Because yeah. And then she tells him, oh, he's not here. He's at the mansion, you know, because obviously he has to go and do the end level battery thing. And then he steps out onto the stage with two heads in his hand and goes, whoop. Meanwhile, we've seen a whole ballet opera being played, and everyone's like dressed in demons and stuff. So why would the audience start screaming? Like, they've sat through about 50,000 rounds of gunfire at this point going on in the background and not blinked. So why would somebody stand on the stage with two heads that they don't know if it's real or not, or part of the act? I don't know. Then we get the final level, end of level body, like final boss, the confrontation that we've all suffered through this movie to get to. That's our fucking 10 minutes of exposition. And I'm just like, what the hell? And Eric already knows that Rogue does the woo woo woo, you're now mine, you evil, evil stuff. So of course he lets him get close to him, and then does the evil stuff on him, and then he tries to do the steal his soul thing, which we've seen him do once, and nothing happens because Eric's Super Eric, and then he brings him to the train station, so he becomes the train master. And then he's like, guess what? You're going to the bad place because and fuck. You know the scene from Ghost where Patrick Swayze meets the dude that killed him, and then he's like, you're dead. What? You're not going. You're going to the bad place. Hands go grabby, grabby, grab. It's that, except it's shit. So Rogue gets taken down to the bad place, and then Shelly floats to the top. And then Eric's like, I can't go with you because I get my soul for you. Because after the wonderful weekend, I love you. Fuck's sake. Oh my god. Yeah. So Shelly gets brought back to life. They're right back where they started, but they both got killed. Train master dude is a paramedic, so he's traverse to the other side. So it's left that Eric's taking his place, that he's a train master now. And then he's like, well, I've got my love. It's enough. Well, it's almost a love. Fade the credits. Everyone that pushed me to watch this movie, you're a bunch of bastards. You really are. I hate you. I'm falling out with you now for suggesting this. We knew it was going to be shit. Even the first images, we knew it was going to be shit. Even the actor tried to warn us that it was going to be shit. And he's even like, I don't like the way it's left. I might have to do another one of these. Like when the actor's like screaming for help. Please don't make a sequel. Yeah. Okay. As a Crow remake, this is an abomination. It's a fucking insult. This was made with hatred for the original. It's the only way I can describe it. Like that guy Rupert is a tit. He obviously hated the Crow. He went, oh, do you know what? I really hate that movie, so I'm going to make this just to piss all over it. I don't know what the movie did to him as a kid, but he just decided he's going to piss all over the legacy of a fantastic movie, which 3 shitty sequels and a TV show couldn't do. Do you know what I mean? This poor fucking franchise has already been through the mill. And this is worse. This is actually more insulting. I would rewatch Wicked Prayer again. I would watch City of Angels again compared to this. And those, if you check out my reviews, because I did all of them, I hated those 2. At least I could watch Danny Trejo and Wicked Prayer dancing, doing the Crow dance again. At least that would give me a chuckle. This thing is fucking depressing. It's not even, I don't know, it's like he heard about goth stuff and the vibe and then just said make it absolutely shit. Or maybe a goth did something to him as a childhood and he's just inner hatred towards them. I don't know, but this movie was made with loathing and spite and hatred and just maybe it's envy and jealousy and all the negative emotions, but there's no positive reason in the world for this to be made. Like this is truly a hateful piece shot onto the screen that hates the fans of the original, that hates Brandon Lee's legacy, that just hates the whole premise of it. It's just pure hatred and bile on screen. That's what it is. There's no other polite way to describe why this thing came into existence. It's a sin. It's an absolute abomination and shouldn't have existed. And that's me. I don't think I was even that harsh towards the sequels. In fact, the third one, which I can't remember now because my brain's gone to mush, Salvation was okay. I actually quite enjoyed that, even though there's quite a bit of cheesy bits in it. I would watch City of Angels. That's how bad this is. I would watch that again compared to this. If I was given the choice between this or City of Angels, that's what I'd do. And I fucking hated that movie. Oh, there you go. That's it. Hope you're happy. I'm hurting. This was traumatic. I need to go watch Killer Clowns from Outer Space, or I need to go watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, or I need to go watch something fun that bleached my brain because, oh my god, this was fucking awful. Anyway, if you watch this afterwards and you disagree and think this is the best thing ever, oh fucking please tell me why. Please tell me why. I'd love to know. Yeah, I'd love to see somebody defend this movie why it's good. Just to see what's wrong with them. Because you don't have a grip in reality. I don't know. But there you go. There's my review. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, keep updated with the channel, do the type of clicky things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.